The Gospel of Mark. Jesus walks on water. Mark 6:45-52. Introduction. 1. Have you ever felt alone? A. As you battled the storms of life. B. Wondering where Jesus was when you needed him. 2. Then perhaps the miracle we are about to study may be helpful. A. When Jesus walked on the water. B. Recorded in 3 Gospels, Matthew, Mark, John. 1. The prayer in Jesus' absence. A. Jesus prayed as they were rowing. 1. Jesus sent his disciples by boat to Bethsaida near Capernaum. Mark 6:45. John 6:17. Immediately he made his disciples get into the boat, and to go ahead to the other side, to Bethsaida, while he himself sent the multitude away. Mark 6:45. 2. He himself departed to the mountain to pray. Mark 6:46. A. Even in his busy schedule, taking time to pray was a priority for Jesus. Mark 1:35. B. If the Son of God needed prayer, how much more the children of God today? Colossians 4:2. After he had taken leave of them, he went up the mountain to pray. Mark 6:46. 3. Thus at evening, while his disciples were rowing, he was alone. Mark 6:47. 2 vivid scenes. Jesus praying on the mountain, his disciples rowing in the sea. When evening had come, the boat was in the midst of the sea, and he was alone on the land. Mark 6:47. B. Jesus prays as we are working. 1. Like the disciples rowing in the sea, we are too busy in working. A. Working out our salvation with fear and trembling. Philippians 2:12. B. Abounding in the work of the Lord. 1 Corinthians 15:58. 2. Meanwhile, as on the mountain, so now in heaven, Jesus prays for us. A. He is our great high priest. Hebrews 4:14-16. B. He makes intercession on our behalf. Hebrews 7:25. Romans 8:34. 1 John 2:1. 2 vivid scenes. Jesus praying in heaven, his disciples busy on earth. 2. The peace of Jesus' presence. A. Jesus coming brought them peace. 1. Jesus saw his disciples straining at rowing. Mark 6:48. A. For the wind was against them. B. Matthew records the boat was being tossed by the waves. Matthew 14:24. 2. Jesus came to them, walking on the sea. Mark 6:48. A. About the 4th watch of the night, 3 o'clock to 6 a.m. B. He would have passed them by had they not called out. Seeing them distressed in rowing, for the wind was contrary to them, about the 4th watch of the night he came to them, walking on the sea, and he would have passed by them. Mark 6:48. 3. The disciples saw him, thought it was a ghost, and cried out. Mark 6:49. A. Perhaps like King Herod, they were prone to superstition. Mark 6:14. B. Given the circumstances, dark night, stormy sea, who could blame them? But they, when they saw him walking on the sea, supposed that it was a ghost, and cried out. Mark 6:49. 4. They were greatly troubled, but Jesus spoke words of comfort. Mark 6:50. A. Note that Mark says immediately. Jesus sought to allay their fears quickly. B. Be of good cheer, New King James Version. Take heart, English Standard Version. Take courage, New American Standard Bible. See, it is I. Do not be afraid. Jesus sought to encourage them with his presence. For they all saw him, and were troubled. But he immediately spoke with them, and said to them, Cheer up. It is I. Don't be afraid. Mark 6:50. 5. It is interesting that Mark does not record Peter's attempt to walk out to Jesus. A. As recorded by Matthew. Matthew 14:28-31. B. Especially if Mark's gospel was based mostly on Peter's testimony. C. Yet it is consistent with the humility often seen in the Gospels, where the authors make little or no reference to themselves. Matthew, Mark, John. 6. As Jesus joined them in the boat, the wind ceased and they marveled. Mark 6:51-52. A. Greatly amazed beyond measure, and rightly so. B. For they had yet to grasp the significance of his feeding the 5,000. C. According to Matthew, they worshipped Jesus and proclaimed him to be the Son of God. Matthew 14:33. Jesus' coming had brought great peace and comfort to his disciples. He got into the boat with them, and the wind ceased, and they were very amazed among themselves, and marveled, for they hadn't understood about the loaves, but their hearts were hardened. Mark 6:51-52. B. Jesus' coming will bring us peace. 1. For now, we are like the disciples, rowing our way to the heavenly shore. 2. At times, the stormy seas in our journey will make us afraid and challenge our faith. 3. Remember that he prays for us. A. As he did on the mountain. B. So he now does in heaven. 4. When he does come. A. His coming will be with the greatest storm ever. 2 Peter 3:10-12. B. But it will bring joy and peace to those who look for him. 2 Peter 3:13. Revelation 21:1-7. 5. How we will gladly proclaim him to be the Son of God. Jesus' final coming will bring great peace and comfort to those who serve him. Conclusion. 1. As described in the Believer's Bible Commentary, the Church has seen in this miracle a picture of the present age and its close. Jesus on the mountain represents Christ in his present ministry in heaven, interceding for his people. The disciples represent his servants, buffeted by the storms and trials of life. Soon the Saviour will return to his own, deliver them from danger and distress, and guide them safe to the heavenly shore. 2. So while we may struggle at times in our service to the Lord, A. We can take comfort knowing that Jesus is praying for us during the storm. B. We can take courage knowing that his coming for us will bring us great peace. But such comfort and courage will come only to those who are willing to serve him now. Are you in the boat and rowing in the service of Jesus Christ, the Son of God? Matthew 28:18-20. The end. The Gospel of Mark. Jesus walks on water. Mark 6:45-52.